Hello, hello.
Hi.
How is everyone doing?
Welcome back, all you lovely kings, queens, and in-betweens to the channel, where soon you will be able to see our table, where we have on display 3 separate starter kits slash a global series, which is basically a starter kit, but they don't call it that. It's just marketing, I guess. We are going to take some time to play these and give a little review, because I feel like starter kits are things that kind of get neglected in the Magic community. So we are going to give them a little love. We're going to talk about the global series, which is, I think, based on Chinese mythology. It has Jiang Yanggu Mu Yanling. I probably pronounced that really poorly. The starter kit from 2022 Arena, and then the more recent Lord of the Rings starter kit. I think we're going to go in order of release, which means we will be starting with the global series, which came out in 2018. This one introduced some new planeswalkers and cards with a Asiatic theme, Chinese art specifically, and Chinese mythology specifically. So without any further ado, I'm just going to show off the box a little bit and read the back, which says, 2 strange journeys intertwined by fate. Jiang Yanggu wanders the world accompanied by his faithful companion Mowu. We know Mowu. Searching for clues to a past he can't remember, Mu Yanling, an enigmatic storm mage, remembers her tragic past all too clearly, but will never give up hope of saving those she loves. When their paths collide on a sacred magical mountain, they realize they both may be caught up in a greater mystery than they ever imagined. So each of the included decks was designed for Magic players in China and features new cards and characters created by Chinese writers, artists, and folklorists. The global series shares diverse expressions of Magic with players around the world. So it has 2 60-card decks, including 2 premium Planeswalker cards, 1 premium double-sided token, and 1 informational insert. So I'm pretty excited to play this. I was really drawn to it because of the art. I don't think we're going to get anything special in terms of cards other than the Planeswalkers themselves and like the main 2 featured cards they have in each starter deck or global series. But we'll find out because we're going to let you know what we think. Oh, that's pretty. Look at the pretty art. Opens like a little pamphlet all about them. But I feel like people don't read that. They don't care. They just want to play Magic.
You could throw it up on the camera just so if people want to, they can read it.
Slowly ascend toward the sky.
I assume we're not sleeving these.
No, we are not.
Sense of time.
I don't like these things average anywhere from like $10 to $15, $20 on a bad day.
Oh.
So you're going to get to play the guy with his puppy, and I'm going to play the girl deck because I want to.
Tap all creatures your opponent can totally take it after turn after the turn. Wow. You drop that, you are definitely not getting that ultimate off.
Yeah, I think the just cursory glance at the 2 face cards at this point, like mine's a little more expensive, harder to get off, but mine has a better effect than yours in terms of the ult and general abilities. We're just gonna...
I looked at this and I did not expect it to be... Oh. It also would be helpful if my microphone was in front of me, but...
That would be helpful.
I did not expect this to be green-red.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I just didn't. It didn't look like a green-red type of planeswalker.
Well, I have blue and white. So I don't think this match is going to take very long. I feel like in our limited experience with starter kits and things like this, where it's just 2 very basic...
I crush you.
Well, yes, I get crushed generally when we're on camera, but like I don't think these are designed to have matches that last, like an hour. Or
it's also standard, so...
Whatever.
Not standard, but 20 life Magic. And we don't have automatic access to the planeswalkers.
No.
So...
It's not like Commander.
It's not like Commander.
Hopefully, we enjoy ourselves.
We may play the starter deck and never see the face Commander or the face card.
Well, yeah, it's basically the same idea. They got to sell the deck somehow, so they're like, what's most likely to sell? Let's make a really cool looking female planeswalker. And let's just make, a more accessible and friendly looking jolly boy.
Jolly boy.
He does look like a jolly boy. You can't see now to confirm, but he is a jolly boy.
So weird. Pile shuffling without sleeves.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will play this hand. Would you care to go first or second?
Well, you've already looked at your hand. But
that's right. I cheated. I'm sorry.
I will let you decide if you want to go first. I would like to go second anyway. So
Okay, so I will play a plane. I can... Standard, I do draw a card or I don't. That's what I thought. Okay.
Not even in one-on-one Commander do you draw a card.
That's true. That I knew, though, because we play that much more often. So I, in fact, played my planes, and I am passing my turn.
Holy crap.
Wait,
the stuff in this deck
actually-
is expensive.
Yeah. Maybe you just got unlucky. I feel like they're not designed to have expensive things in the deck. So...
I meant expensive mana-wise.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Okay, so I play green.
Did you draw a card?
Oh.
Draw a monster
I'm still
card,
probably going to draw green. Okay, I play green.
That's it?
Yeah.
I draw a card. I'm going to play another planes. I'm going to tap 2 planes to put Colorful Fey Sparrow on this guy.
Colorful
it just has
Fey Sparrow.
It's really pretty. Look at the plumage on that burb.
That's
nice
the
plumage
burb.
on the burb.
That is certainly a burb. It has a beak and wings.
And it has flying. So
Yeah.
very burb. That's all for me.
Okay, I'm going to. I like these 2 of these cards that I have in my hand.
But I'm waiting for the butt,
I'm
man.
gonna draw. Oh. Okay. Oh, that is not a creature. I'm gonna play red.
Oh my.
And I'm going to pass my turn.
You have the gruelies. The gruely doolies.
I do have the gruelies. And my gruel is on point.
Okay.
I don't remember how much my planeswalker cost.
It was 5, I think.
You're 5.
I'm going to tap this.
Ooh, you have a 9-tail white fox in there that looks really cool.
We'll show it off if it doesn't come up during play. I'm going to play Quillen's Blessing. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn.
That's gross.
And then I'm going to swing with my flyer for a total of 3. We're going to play aggressively today because I never learn in regular Magic. I'm going to pass my turn, by the way.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Forest. Well.
Just a forest? Are you getting like all lands?
No.
The opposite.
I have expensive creatures that I can't cast.
I think they try to match them pretty well, so you might have just drawn into your more expensive stuff to start.
Reckless Pangolin gets +1/+1 until end of turn when it attacks.
Oh.
So
watch out, yo.
That seems kind of weird that you would just make it 3/3. I mean, I guess it's not 3/3 when it blocks, but and you have a flyer, which is awesome. We love that for me.
That it?
Yeah, pass.
Oh, darling Clementine. Okay, I'm going to play another island. I'm going to tap my island and my planes to play Moon-Eating Dog. As long as you control a Yanling Planeswalker, which I do not currently, Moon-Eating Dog has flying. So it can't fly right now. It looks a little horsey on the bottom. I'm going to say that. It looks a little horsey on the bottom. And then I'm going to swing at you for 1 with my flyer. Oh, Jeremy, things are looking bad for you, my friend. We've already ticked away at 5th of your life.
That is true.
Oh, I passed, by the way.
That is a
obviously.
thing that is happening.
Yeah.
I am going to untap. I'm going to upkeep and I'm going to draw.
You've got this, man. You've got this.
I'm going to play a mountain.
Mountains are nice. Very nice lands. I do like the lands in this so far. They're very pretty art-wise.
I am going to
swing at you with my... now it becomes a 3/3 when it attacks. Wait, I can't.
What?
I'm going to tap 3 first because this is a sorcery, not an instant for whatever reason, because starter decks have to be bad. I'm going to swing at you now after buffing it to by 4/4 and gaining a trample.
I'm going to block with my moon-eating dog to eat some of that damage. My poor puppy. It just
so
came
you will
out.
take 4.
Yeah, I will take 4 damage. Now we're tied. How dare you, Jeremy? That's
Had to even it up.
a crime.
Yeah, because like this would be a good card if it was instant speed. And I played it like it was a good card. I'm sorry.
Oh, so now it's just a mediocre card at best. You hurt its feelings, man. That's
Oh,
your
it's
turn.
absolutely a mediocre card because the instant version of it isn't even that good of a card.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay. My burb untaps. I'm going to play a plains. I'm going to tap all my things
No.
to put another moon-eating dog.
What the frick?
Yeah, that's the thing I'm not used to as someone who plays so much Commander, just seeing like
Multiple of
repeat
the
cards.
same.
But look, it's got like, it looks like it has a main because of the moon coloration in the background. It looks very horsey to me. Then I'm going to pay my last white to give this +2/+2 and swing at you again.
What the frick?
There has to be something they gave you to deal with that. Otherwise, these would be wildly unbalanced decks. You have to have some flyers.
I'm
or
sure I
something
probably
with
have reach, but I do not currently have it in my hand.
That's
so.
my turn because I am tapped out.
Oh, yay.
Is it a land?
No, it's another reckless pangolin.
I mean,
what do I have? 4?
you've got 4 manas. I've got 5. I also went a turn ahead of you, so I should have the extra
Okay,
one.
I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to play Journey for the Elixir. I'm going to search my library and or graveyard for a basic land card and a card named Jiang Yanggu, which I believe is my Planeswalker, which is on the bottom of my deck. The bottom card of my deck was my face card.
You're doing great, man.
I'm going to grab it. It goes into my hand because this is a bad card. And... put it into my hand. This 5-cost Planeswalker into my hand that I cannot cast, and currently do not have the mana to cast even next turn. And I will grab
basic land, I think it said.
basic land. Well, I mean it's either a forest or a thing, but I'm going to grab a forest.
For us.
And it also does not go onto the battlefield. It goes into my hand because this is a bad card.
But
So I just grabbed the bottom 2 cards of my deck.
And then you get to play a land for turn.
Yes.
That's kind of weird, though, that it had ramp, but you couldn't even, like, really ramp.
I mean, granted, it's going to grab you a Planeswalker. So, like, if you're a Planeswalker, but it's only that Planeswalker specifically.
I wonder if there are other printings of it.
What, or like ones that are for other... I don't know if I've encountered. I'm sure there has to be, but...
I mean, there are a few different versions of Mu Yanling, which aren't from this. Mu. They call her Yanling. I wonder if they did the inversion that they do with a lot of like foreign names where the last name comes before the first, like when they write it out in English. Because I feel like they wouldn't call her a Yanling Planeswalker unless Yanling was actually her first name, but maybe I'm just deluding myself.
I'm going to swing at you with the Reckless Pangolin. He is now a 3/3 on attack.
Okay. I'll block with my other moon-eating puppy.
I'm declaring blockers. Tap
I'm
2.
assuming I'm gonna
Breath
do
of
that.
Fire deals 2 damage to target. Wait,
It's a 3/3.
that won't matter. Never mind. I will just trade.
We'll trade?
I can't block your thing anyway, so.
That's true. Is that it?
Yeah.
This is a very fast game. My burbs putting in some work. I got an island. Now, I have Mu Yanling. So this is my Planeswalker. Her +2 is target creature can't be blocked this turn. -3 is draw 2 cards. -10 tap all creatures your opponents control. You take an extra turn after this one. So I was actually considering putting this in Hilda when I made Hilda forever ago, but I realized planeswalkers are kind of hard to get off because everyone's like, oh my god, a planeswalker!
Die.
I can tick her up this round, right?
Yes.
It's been so long since
It can't be blocked, by my board.
Yeah, but I do get the tick up effect, which is really what matters. So I'm going to swing at you for 1 with my burb.
+2 can't be blocked. That's a pretty dang good effect for a +2.
I'm actually surprised it's +2 as well. Like, I feel like usually it's a +1.
I mean, granted, you have a -10, but still.
Yeah.
So you're at 7.
Yep. With no defenders, because my burb is tapped.
Well, against my board.
You have a great board state right now, Jeremy.
I'm gonna
So
tap.
many creatures.
I'm gonna tap 2 and Breath of. Never mind.
Because it's not
It's
a creature. You're just like, I want to use fire.
I just want to use the damn Breath of Fire.
You really you're that wizard who thinks you can solve fireball, like everything with fireball, but you just can't solve everything with fireball.
I have 6.
You have 6 mana. So you're catching up, Jeremy. I also have no cards in hand. There is nothing here. Nothing here. What will you do? What will you do, Jeremiah?
I don't know.
You look like you've got a lot of options because you're reading much text.
I don't have anything with reach. I'm going to swing.
Swing.
Sorry, I'm going to tap. All
I'm
this
like, with
mana.
what?
I'm going to swing this mana at you.
Ow.
I'm going to gambit you.
No.
And I'm going to play Earth-Shaking Sea.
What does that do?
Yes. Earth-Shaking, yes. It has trample and 5/5.
So
That what it do.
So it's gonna murder my burb if it hits my burb.
Well, you have to block with it. You don't have to.
That's true.
But I can swing at your planeswalker. And
Yeah.
even if you block with your burb, some stuff will get through. And I will pass my turn.
Okay.
I wonder if you have the equivalent card that allows you to go get your planeswalker.
3, 4, 5. I have Brilliant Plan. I'm just gonna draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's another bad card. I mean, you draw 3 cards, but it's worse than Harmonize.
So
Is it? Actually? What is Harmonize's converted mana cost? Somebody in the chat.
I feel like it's 5. I think it's fairly high, but yeah.
It may be 4.
I just put another guy on the thing. Oh, I forgot to untap my burb.
I don't want to mess around with my windows to look it up. But
I'm gonna go with
I'm
9.
going to.
Oh, I feel like you might regret that. So I ticked it up to 9, so you cannot block me. Not like you could before, but I'm going to swing at you for 1. You forgot to put MTG. That was your problem, man.
We now know what the definition of the word harmonize is.
What is it, guys?
Converted mana cost of harmonize is 4.
I was 1
so
off.
it is worse than harmonize.
I have officially swung at you for 1. Unblockable. Yow.
The unblockable
Burb.
burb.
This burb is putting in so much work.
We're going to untap. We're going to draw a land. Ooh, we didn't draw a land. Okay. Oh, and you have no blockers.
I have no
So I can
blockers.
just swing outright at your...
Yeah, so that is a thing you can do.
Yeah. I am going to finally...
Cast a creature?
I mean, I've cast creatures. I'm going to finally cast something with reach. Bigger than your burb.
Insanity. It just has reach. That's all it has.
Yeah, it just has reach. It's literally in there just to deal with your bird.
And it explains what it does on these. Like, you don't see that.
Because they're
right?
starter kits. It's
Yeah.
just like this one just says trample, and it explains trample.
Yeah.
I will swing at your... How much open mana do you have?
2.
In white.
2
But
what?
you don't have a pass. You don't have Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares in that deck. I'd be annoyed if you did.
Because usually this is the part of the game where Jeremy thinks he's going to do something cool, and then I just screw it up for him because I'm evil.
I'm going to swing my guy at your planeswalker.
For 5.
Yeah.
Putting her down to 4.
I mean, you could have the lesser ones, which are like the 2 white ones or the colorless and white that do like 4 damage or destroy target creature or whatever.
I feel like they should have thrown some removal in these decks just so people get used to having removal.
Yeah, but it
you
shouldn't
never
be
know.
it shouldn't be like super mana efficient removal.
No. Is that
Unless
all?
you're going to put it in both, but green red doesn't usually have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's both.
Wow, I just drew the same card I drew last time. So this is a land that enters tapped. It's Meandering River. It's like a very like Zen aesthetic. Look at that.
Meandering river.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna tap 2 to put in a Welkin Turn, which also has flying and can block only creatures with flying. So you must have flyers in there. They wouldn't put a card in there that could only block other flyers.
I probably have a phoenix because a lot of my artwork has phoenixes in it.
That would make sense. But then again, you know, sometimes things defy logic.
The Breath of Fire that I've tried to play multiple times has like a snake and a bird that's breathing fire. So I maybe have that.
I do think you have snakes in there because I was considering putting them in Ophelia.
Are you doing
so
anything?
I did the unblockable for 1.
Oh, now that unblockable matters. Anything else?
That's it.
This is where I start to win. What? I don't want one of those.
Don't forget to untap your trampler.
I've seen that so many times already. You left yourself without a blocker.
I did. I did leave myself without a blocker.
Okay. I am going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play Asian Child.
What the heck, Jeremy?
I am going to +1 Asian Child.
Die. Not that kind of, you know what I meant. There are die in that box, not I want you to die.
This is a really big one. I think I'm going to instead use this.
Slightly more table-friendly one.
And I'm going to +1 to give this +2/+2. And I'm going to... Oh, I had to tap 5 for that. That's rough. And I'm going to swing my 7/7 Trampler at your Planeswalker to kill it, hopefully.
Yeah, I got it.
Die, Planeswalker, die!
I just want to point out, I feel like yours isn't that as bad, but there is some slight furling. Is the only note.
I could have just swung 7 damage at you.
You could have.
But I didn't.
You did not. Is that it?
Yes.
Burb.
But now you can't make your bird unblockable.
That's true. What do I get now? I'm going to...
I have 1 red mana. Everybody knows what you play with 1 red mana. I actually don't know. I can't come up with anything off the top of my head that you play with 1 red mana. This card I have in my hand is 1 red mana and will end your game if you swing at me. I promise you.
I'm going to play Drown in Shapelessness.
Don't you dare.
Return target creature to its owner's hand. I'm going to put your Ricci Boy back in your hand.
Sure.
Dude.
I'm going to 7/7 at you next turn.
I know.
You're going to swing at me with 1 damage rather than leave the bird there to block 3 of my incoming damage.
Fine. I'll hit you for 2 with my thing that can't block you anyway.
I mean, but that is enough toughness. I feel like it's statted like that specifically because I have tramplers.
Probably. I also have no cards left in hand, and it is your turn.
Okay.
So, this is the earth. It is very round, you might say.
I draw. I play
Monster.
forest.
You do play forest. I'm waiting for lifelink. I feel like in white there should be at least 1 lifelink guy.
But I don't think that's what your deck do.
I don't even know what my deck do right now. You make
could
pesky
make my
flying
dog,
boy.
but my dog is just not like all that. I don't know. I can also
You can also.
Until end of turn, target creature gains trample and XX, where X is the number of lands you control.
You forgot to make your guy.
You have nothing in hand.
Nope.
Oh.
I literally just said that, Jeremy.
Oh. Two. How many lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 12.
Yes. Jeremy can math sometimes. It's amazing.
Oh.
What are you gonna do, Jeremy?
I'm gonna win.
Probably.
I'm gonna -5 this to give this plus 7 plus 7 and swing at you with a 12 with
And
trample.
Just block with the burb.
So what does that drop you?
9.
Ooh.
You aggressively stole my... No, it's 9. What are you doing? Jeremy, what the heck, man? I know you want to win, but don't cheat to do it.
I didn't win.
You did not.
Wait, I'm not done yet.
I'm just moving my lands around. Relax.
I'm going to... Oh, this is dead.
Oh, yeah, my burb is dead. You put in a lot of good work, man. You are a faithful bird. Oh, I did notice there's another bird flying toward the first burb in the corner.
Burbception. I have 4 and 3. I can do both. I am going to tap 3 to play Journey for the Elixir again, and I'm going to go grab Asian Boy from my graveyard, and I'm going to see if the bottom card... Oh, the bottom card is not a forest. Ah, that card is a forest, though, and that forest is going to go into my hand.
Wow.
You can grab lands from your graveyard in this, which is kind of cool. So
I feel like that's weird too, considering like the only way they would wind up there, I imagine, is if you had to discard. I can't imagine there's land destruction in a starter kit.
Like sacrificing your lands, yeah.
Or anything like that.
But I guess they wanted to make it like easy, so you can search your library and graveyard for this card, and might as well just do the same thing for the basic land, which probably won't come up very often. But this will go into here. Then I will tap 4. And I would play Giant Spider.
It's literally just called Giant Spider.
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying it was a spider and it happened to be giant, and that you were like characterizing the nature of the spider, but that's actually the name of it.
I realized I could have done that, put it back on the field, +1, and gotten 2 extra damage off. But
I think you're gonna wind up winning anyway.
I will +1 and give this +2 until end of turn.
Okay.
But note, I could have done an additional 2 damage if I was smarter.
That it?
Yes.
Do I get a helpful thing? Let's find out. Oh, God. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to give you a little hint. You know that this is a forest because I grabbed it. Half of the rest of my deck is Raging Pangolins.
Stormcloud Spirit. It's just like a bird made out of clouds. It's actually pretty cool looking. Just has flying. It's another flyer.
This would be kind of difficult to go up against that deck if you were just getting your flyers out. And then, I mean, you're making them unblockable anyway, so even if they aren't flyers.
I just have pretty flying things. Yeah.
Okay, we untap.
You're grounded in reality and also grounded in general because you don't have wings.
We draw.
But apparently that spider is so big, it can make a big enough web to catch me.
Yeah, what's a giant spider? Well, I guess it doesn't say giant spider, but I get the impression it's a giant spider because that looks like a giant eagle that it's killing. So
creepy spider. I don't like spider.
I am going to
do what, Jeremy?
Kill my child again.
That sounds
to
very questionable.
After I played this to +8/+8 my trampler.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if there's anything I can do prior to swinging it. You have nothing in hand?
Nope.
All right, so we're just going to end it.
We're going to end it?
Yeah. I'm going to, and I could just do it the other way, but I'm going to Cleansing Screech your bird, deal 4 damage to it, which I could just directly deal 4 damage to your face, but I want to kill you with Earth-Shaking Yi, or C.
How big is it?
It is a 13/13.
So I block 1 and just die.
You can't, because it doesn't have flying, so you can't block it.
Oh, that's right.
So you'll take 13 to the face.
That's so rude.
Raging Pangolins. They didn't make it back onto the field. A Mountain and Breath of Fire. I had this. These two were in my opening hand. This was in my opening hand.
Well, I've played everything I had because I had, everything on the field. So this one's funny. It's called Vivid Flying Fish. It's a fish lizard that has a
Oh, here's the guy.
flying as long as it's attacking. Oh, yeah.
Breath of Fire.
Oh, and then the best ones, the Armored Whirl Turtle is 0/5, so basically defender with no text.
Ooh, a useless card if you don't have your Planeswalker on the field. Also a useless card if you don't have your Planeswalker.
Oh, this one isn't that bad. Dragon's Presence deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. It's for 3. It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah. That's the kind of like removal that I was expecting this.
So
this is not actually a bad snake if you don't have it in
I was considering it, yeah. Like, it looks like my removal, I'm just going through the cards I have, is more like return creatures to target's hand or owner's hand. Oh, and then I do have this one, search your library and or graveyard for a card named Mu Yanling, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So I have removal with the getting the card, whereas you had...
Well, look, they have not only 4 copies of Reckless Pangolin, but a card that features Reckless Pangolin on it.
What's it called? Ramp and grabbing that card. Oh, here's a yak. Little yak.
It's maybe the most vanilla cards I've seen in one place.
Oh, yeah. Here's my 9-tailed white fox. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So that's pretty standard, like, blue feature is strong cards.
This is kind of cool looking. It's a vanilla creature, but...
Yeah, I had a crab. When it dies, I get to draw a card. It's purple. Oh,
this deals 1 damage to any creature, which is not bad.
I have a Kieran with flying. Whenever it attacks another target creature you control, gains flying until end of turn.
This I've seen. This is my removal. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. It doesn't say any target, though. Ooh, here's a cat beast.
And then I have an aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't be blocked. And then a dragon, which is a 5/6. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature. There's the life link. There it is. We were waiting.
Here's the phoenix.
Show it to the people.
It's the screeching phoenix that is doing the cleansing screech.
So I think the way they try to balance it is, like, my stuff has a lot of flying. They gave you reach to counteract it for the most part.
I have trample.
And you have trample to deal with the fact that I'm probably going to get a bunch of flyers out that you can't do anything.
There's basically no ramp in here besides those 2 copies of Journey for the Elixir. That's the only ramp that's in here, which is unusual for green, but it also does grab your Planeswalker. So, if I'm going to be playing a deck that runs a copy of, because you only need to run 1 copy of it because you can grab it from your deck and your graveyard.
Right.
So as long as it's not getting exiled, you can just grab it.
Right.
So if you do like that card, you can just run that as your ramp and grab your Planeswalker and grab a land, though the land does not go onto the battlefield, which is kind of the trade-off. So it's not really ramp. It's just making you not miss a land drop.
Which is beneficial.
I had 2 of them in my opening hand, Journey for the Elixirs.
But I think that's how they did it. Like, your stuff is definitely much stronger than mine because I had a bunch of, like, 1s and 2s.
But they also all fly.
But most of my stuff flies. And then I have this, like, little vanilla turtle boy who's just basically a wall.
And I will say, having flyers when the deck is built around planeswalkers is very valuable because it's harder to block them and you can just swing at the planeswalkers all day. But it's also balanced by having... Did your tutor allow you to get it out of the graveyard too?
Yeah. I think it was the same thing, but I just drew a card. I'll find it right now. Yeah, return up to 2 target creatures to the owner's hand. So that was my version of removal because I had much smaller creatures. Search your library and or graveyard for Mu Yanling and put it into your hand.
I'd be
And then
kind of
shuffle.
interested to play these decks, make them better and play these decks, but the requirement is we have to have those planeswalkers in them.
Yeah.
And but work on improving them.
Like get rid of the vanilla stuff.
Yeah, get rid of the vanilla stuff. Play it in those colors. Keep the same number of cards. Maybe not change the land base is another, or maybe allow us to just swap out the tap lands. And then maybe revisit this at another time. That would be kind of interesting.
I think overall, like they're great starters because like even very simplistic keywords, which people see all the time, like the evergreen ones like flying, they explain that for players who like have never seen this before and don't know what they're doing. We're doing it in order of release. I think they balanced it really well with like the different like big creatures versus flyers that can just like slowly whittle away. Like I think like overall it's a very well balanced set for beginners.
Yeah, that's not bad. And it's fun enough to play. Like, and I would be interested to like just upgrading them, just one for one kind of upgrading. Maybe with a budget or something.
The blue, like if you can get it off, the blue planeswalker is significantly better than the green one.
It's just so hard to ultimate a planeswalker.
Yeah.
So this one is the best way to learn Magic.
It's from 2022. It's the Arena
Welcoming
kit.
Vampire. Is that the side I'm playing? I feel like that's the side I'm playing.
Whatever you want to play. But yes, this is the second kit we're going to be opening and reviewing today. It is the second one out of the 3 to be released.
Oh, or we could stay consistent and make me play the Gruul.
And I could play the white
blue, yeah.
We could do it.
Yeah,
That's actually
we'll
really
do it that
weird.
way. Yeah, so this is also Gruul and Azorius.
You got there.
Yeah. I used to be really bad at it. I used to just say, white blue, but I'm much better now at using the actual terms for it.
I'm still very bad. I confuse them.
Like this past weekend, we did Golgari.
Yeah, that was fun. I like Golgari, the way they play together.
Golgari, honestly, is probably my favorite combination of colors, just as a concept and how they typically tend to play. The face for this one is Thundering Raiju and Welcoming Vampire. I do like Golgari. The most decks I have in any single color, though, is probably Dimir, because you bought me Dimir decks like for gifts 6 times in a row.
I always get you something with black in it, except for that one time I didn't.
So like I have Yuriko as a popular commander that everybody loves playing against.
Umbrus.
The friendliest commander. Umbrus, also another one that everybody loves playing against. I just sit at a table and I go, I'm playing Umbrus, and everybody goes, yay, we're in for a fun game.
I mean, I love playing Umbrus, though. Like, he's one of the decks I have the most fun piloting.
Umbrus is a lot of fun to play and lose with because he will knock one person out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If he's lucky.
Maybe. If he's lucky. If he doesn't get immediately focused off the table, he will knock one person out and then lose. I don't even see like a win con on how you would win.
Yeah.
Unless you're just building in bullcrap, just blue combo stuff with what's it? Aether whatever?
Aetherize?
No, the tower. The tower that you can just go infinite by just casting one spell over and over and over again with Hullbreaker Horror, because you have Hullbreaker Horror in there.
I do. So this one's a little different. It comes with like little deck boxes that basically look the size of an average like deck of cards box.
Oh no, I shuffled in my starter reminder card. Oh, that's my code. You guys can't have that code for Arena that I don't play.
And then it comes with like a little guide that the other one didn't come with, because it's not technically like a starter kit, but it's essentially the same basic thing, even if they didn't call it that.
Attacking and blocking. It gives you rules. And on your turn, begin. Untap. Draw a card. It doesn't say upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
What? The whole thing is untap, upkeep, draw.
Monster card though?
It doesn't have that. It says begin, untap, draw a card. What about the upkeep?
What about the upkeep, Jeremy? But yeah, I had fun with those other decks. I'm hoping this will be fun. I think I'm going to prefer the art from that one. Like aesthetically, that one has a bit of appeal that I feel like average Magic doesn't necessarily.
Yes.
But we'll see if this plays as well, even if it isn't as pretty.
If you have aristocrats in that deck, it's going to be annoying. But
I mean, it's a starter deck. I don't think it's going to.
Well, I mean, Welcoming Vampire is your face. So I didn't even read what mine did. But we'll get there, or we won't get there.
He's like a little, what's it called?
He didn't look little.
I mean, he looks like a hedgehog to me.
What, my guy?
Yeah, your guy
He was like a dragon spirit thing. It was like a kaiju.
No, it was a hedgehog.
What are you talking about?
You had a hedgehog in yours.
In mine, maybe, but the face was like a
this guy. Look at this guy.
Spirit.
He's a freaking hedgehog.
That's not who I was talking about. He's a samurai, by the way, and he looks like a fox, not a hedgehog.
He's a hedgehog.
But
Shush.
You don't know
like,
if that's in my deck.
That I feel like it is.
That looks like it could be a white card.
It does look.
He looks kind of red in his shading, so maybe. But if I were to guess, just sight unseen, what color that creature was, I would say that it was a white card. Because I think there's one in Kamigawa that looks like that. The samurai fox guy who's a mono white card.
Okay.
Which we saw a lot when we did our Kamigawa battles.
4, 5.
Where I felt like we did a lot of Kamigawa battles.
We did. Because, I mean, I bought the set. We did, like, our first event in person for, what's it called? Draft. Had Kamigawa in it.
I really, really, really wanted to make a vehicles commander after playing Kamigawa, but they're bad.
I feel like maybe they'll get a little better with Aether Drift, although...
Oh, that's true.
I've heard that the pre-cons aren't the best, but we'll have to explore them because
this is only the second time since I started playing Magic again that I have not bought any of the pre-cons. Every other set I pre-ordered the pre-cons like as soon as they were announced.
Yeah. Well.
But if they're not good, then I could just get them for regular price later on. I won't have to. They won't balloon to like $120.
I just heard it's very dysfunctional, like the zombie one they have.
Do you want to go first or second? You lost. There's a zombie one in Aether Drift?
Yeah, apparently it's zombies. And I was like, what? That doesn't seem like a thing that should be in Aether Drift.
First or second?
I'll go first. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's my card. You're right. It's a fox. It does have like, it really has a hedgehog face though.
I have a tryptophobic nightmare card.
Oh, you know what's interesting? On the bottom, it gives you the list they're from. So, like, I have some cards from VOW and, like, Neon Dynasty.
Uh-huh.
Which is interesting. So, I'm going to play an island, and that's going to be my turn. I got some of the Kamigawa lands, which I think are really pretty. And kind of on brand with what we're doing tonight.
I'm going to draw a card.
Oh, that's interesting.
I really don't want to cast this because its effect will be nothing, but I will cast it.
Oh, we forgot to reset our health.
Oh.
Silly us. We do that a lot. What's up?
Ascendant Pack Leader would enter with a +1/+1 counter if I controlled a permanent of mana 4 or greater.
I feel like that's a wolf you see in like the average wolf deck.
Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Is that it?
Yes. It is a 1-drop, so I didn't want to pass up the ability to play a 1-drop.
I just need a thing. See, look, I got a pretty Kamigawa land. It's not going to help me because I don't have any blue things to play. Yeah, I love that from me.
We untap, we upkeep, we draw.
My lands are better than yours.
Are they?
Yeah, of course. Mine are pretty.
I'm playing a forest. And I'm going to play Timberland Guide. When he enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. I'm going to put it on Ascendant Pack Leader.
That's surprising. I didn't think you would do that.
Because I can swing with it. And
That
I will
doesn't make...
swing with a 3/2.
I guess I'm going to take 3 health, my friend. How rude. Ugh. I don't
So
like that.
we have established that this looks like it's +1/+1 counters.
Yeah. I'm going to draw a card then. Wow, this is not going well for me. I'm going to play another island. And I'm going to pass my turn.
That's
Yeah.
rough. Okay. I draw a card. I untap this guy.
You do untap
This
that
is
guy.
a pretty good card for a starter deck. Play a mountain. I am going to then
Do some shenanigans. Shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
This is, I'm going to play the
Batman.
Tryptophobic Nightmare card. Spore Crawler.
Ew.
When it dies, I draw a card. And I'm going to swing at you with my pack leader and my Timberland guide for 4.
Oh, this is a crime against pandas. How dare you?
I am off to the fast start this time. Pass.
Okay.
It's good. It might be a little, unless you board wipe, it's going to be a little difficult for you to.
I'm having an issue. You notice how all of my mana is blue? You notice that?
Anything?
Nope.
Untap. Upkeep. Let's draw a land.
This is a fun match, man.
I love this match.
Do you actually enjoy when you just like...
No, not really.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it's not fun when you... Like, even though you're winning and that's fun, just watching the other person be like,
I want to tap
having to
3
do
and play
nothing.
another Spore Crawler.
Gross.
I want to swing at you for 3, 6, 7.
I mean, we could just shuffle up and play another quick one. Or
Probably
We
after
can
this.
just shuffle up now and play another quick one.
Let's see what happens. I'm curious what this card is. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an island. But guess what? I now have enough lands to play this thing with flash and flying.
Hey,
Which,
why
you know,
wouldn't you flash that in after, like when I swing?
Because whatever. I'm going to lose. But what I think is interesting is they gave you the booklet with all the keywords, but they don't put it on the cards, and this is a starter kit, which I feel like isn't as starter friendly as if you just had it there for people to refer to.
True. I'm assuming you're done.
Yeah, I'm done. You can just murder me. I have a 3/3. I'm pretty sure you got this.
This is cool. I can't cast it, but it's cool. And the artwork is very me coded. I am going to I'm just going to swing, but
Yes.
I'm going to play this wolf. And then I'm just going to swing out with you.
If I blocked your biggest thing, what's your biggest boy?
This guy. So we trade. Actually, these are the same as that, but
So those are 3s.
they're 3/2s. This is a 3/2,
So I die. Either way.
Yeah.
Like I die. But
and I do lethal damage.
yeah.
I do 7 damage.
So we'll play another quick match to see
This
if
was the one I just drew. Creepy puppeteer, and
yeah. Yeah. I do have some lower cost cards, but I think the issue I have with this deck, at least from my first playthrough, I mean there is like a 2 cost and whatnot in here. All my creatures were like 4 cost or in white, and I didn't draw any white.
drawing a
Or
1 drop
cost.
for me was big right off the bat. I was glad I played it and didn't hold back. And it seems like this is a fairly like it has a braid in it. A braid is good removal. Destroy target artifact or deals 3 damage to a target creature.
I feel like that's a staple for Spellslinger Commander.
Yeah, I mean, just any red deck, a braid is good. So that's pretty decent, especially for a starter deck.
Let's see if this goes better for me. If it doesn't, well, we'll just say maybe I suck. I don't know. Maybe these decks aren't as balanced as that first set. Because, I mean, it seemed a little imbalanced at first, but then I caught up. And then you caught up. And then I died. Like, seems to happen every time we record something. So,
But at least in our last thing, you made all of the decks. Do you want to go first or second?
Let's see if going second helps me.
Okay.
Maybe that extra card draw will make all the difference for me.
May regret this, but we're gonna stick with it. So I'm going first.
Yeah, you're going first.
Forest. Pass.
Okay. Plains. Oops, I have to draw. Unholy Officiante with a Vigilanza. If I pay 4 and a white, I can put a 1/1 counter on this dude. He's a 1/2. Oh, and I tap.
4 and a white just to put 1
Yeah.
+1/+1 counter on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my turn, man.
Okay. We're gonna play a mountain. We're gonna tap. We're gonna play Timberland Guide. I'm gonna put a +1/+1 counter on the only creature I can, and I'm gonna pass. So he's a 2/2 now.
Scary. I'm going to island. I'm going to tap my island, tap my plains to put this wretched throng, he very ugly, he's zombie horror, onto the field. When it dies, you may search your library for a card named Wretched Throng, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle.
Shuffle.
That, yeah, I'll stop for now.
Oh!
Interesting. Interesting.
Interesting. This is an interesting card.
Is it?
Okay. Second verse, same as the first. Timberland Guide. And I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Okay.
And I am going to just kind of chill.
Okay.
Chilling like a
Is
villain.
that it?
Yeah.
Draw a card. We're going to play plains. I'm going to...
We want this to be a land.
hang out.
Okay. We draw. It wasn't a land.
That's unfortunate.
Third verse, same as the first. Timberland Guide. My opening hand was 3 Timberland Guides. I'm going to, instead of giving him a counter, I'm gonna pump up his counter game.
Okay.
So he's now got 2.
Okay.
So now I have a 1, a 2, a 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass my turn because I didn't draw a land.
Okay. This is unfortunate.
You got 3 dudes, 3 colonial dudes staring you down. They're like, we see you and your
I gain 1
Azorius
life.
shenanigans.
This center is tapped. Yay. I'm gonna just to hang out.
We want this to be a land.
Okay. You want that to be a land.
It is a land.
Okay.
It is a land.
Okay.
We're going to
Okay.
tap 4 to play Thundering Raiju.
Okay.
Whenever it has haste and whenever it attacks, I thought this was interesting. I was reading it. I thought it was an interesting effect. Whenever Thundering Raiju attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then Thundering Raiju deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control, other than Thundering Raiju. So I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on Timberland Guide.
Okay.
Do you have any flyers?
I don't.
Oh, he doesn't fly.
He doesn't fly.
You do not fly. I am going to swing out.
Tap. Kill shot. Destroy target attacking creature.
Okay, that's fine. But on attack. Oh, no, it's when it deals. No, wait. When it attacks? Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Whenever it attacks. Yes. Okay, whenever it attacks, now I get the counter. So it's an attack trigger. So I still will deal 3 damage to you.
To my face.
To your face.
Very rude. Very rude.
And then you're going to destroy this.
Yes.
Are you blocking?
Yes. I'm going to block these 2.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
So that will die.
Well, this one and this one, I guess.
That will die. That will die.
Okay. This one has a trigger. When it dies, you may search your library for a card named Wretched Thong, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle.
And you'll take 2 because of this one.
Wretched Throng. Wretched Throng. Here it is. He very ugly. I don't know why I wanted him so bad, but I guess I did.
Let me put something on your field.
No, it goes to my hand.
Oh, because it's a bad card.
Yeah. Not only is it ugly, it's just not good.
This was a fun effect though. Getting to this actually, like, I unironically was probably the best combo I could have gotten, because being able to get the modified creatures on the field, one right after another.
Is that it?
Yes.
For you? Okay. I don't know why I can't. Okay.
Wait, so this went onto the field or didn't go onto the field?
Sorry. I forgot to pick him up. You're right. I'm a bad person. So.
My angry colonial guys are staring at you. They're like, what you got? I didn't hear no bell.
Specialist. Lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can't attack or block for as long as you control this guy.
Huh.
So they're all.
I mean, that one can die and get you another creature, theoretically.
The same thing. I don't know if there's 3 or.
Probably. I mean, I have 3 of these at the very least. So.
Hey, guess what? There's another one.
Whoa.
Crazy.
But so this can't attack or block?
Yeah, that one can't attack or block.
What is the point?
I don't know. It's on the field again for when that dies to have something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got. I have. You're not a good card.
Well, I mean, you have Welcoming Vampire, which is what? When something dies, you do a damage?
I don't know.
Right?
It's been a while. We'll find out when I pull the card.
So maybe that's why you have like the die recursion stuff. Draw. Oh, this comes in tapped.
Like my guy.
But I gain a life.
So it's like my version.
Yes. I will
do a thing.
Okay, so that can't block.
Nope. What are you going to do, peasant? This Wretched Throng is very ugly. Like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, every time I look at you, you just get uglier and uglier in my eyes, and it's very unpleasant.
Full swing.
I'm going to block the big one.
Okay, so that'll die. You can go get another one.
If
you're not
I
blocking
have
the
another
you're not
one.
blocking the other 2?
No. Do I have one?
I feel like you should.
I do.
Okay. Do you have a 4th one? Why don't you check while you're looking?
I know the answer.
You do or you don't?
I do.
Okay. That would make sense. Considering it's a recursion card, it would make sense that you'd have a full play set of them.
Okay. Oh my god, they're so ugly, Jeremy.
They are pretty ugly, not gonna lie.
Is it my turn now?
It is your turn. But this can't attack or block.
Nope. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna put a plains on the field.
A Plons?
I'm gonna tap 1 and 1. Wretched Throng. 1 and 1. Wretched Throng.
Wow, look at my 3 colonial guys are staring down your 3 zombies.
This has got lifelink for 3 in lifelink.
It do have lifelink.
Yep.
I'm going to tap 2. I'm going to play Witch's Web. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains reach until end of turn. Untap it. And I'm going to block.
But I still get 3.
And you can now attack and block with your other zombie.
I get 3.
You do get 3.
That's all that mattered to me, just getting some health back. Oh, these guys are so ugly. I don't even like them. I don't want them to live. That sounds so bad as their commander, but oh my god.
5 mana right now.
They're much more Lakota-coded than me.
I draw a card. I play a card.
You do play a card. You read a card, so it's clearly not land. It's clearly a thing. What are we going to do there? What are we going to do?
I'm going to...
Make me wait?
Tap 6.
Okay.
And play Flourishing Hunter. When it enters the battlefield, I gain life equal to the greatest toughness among other creatures you control, which is 3. I see your 3 life gain, and I raise you.
You don't raise me, you just match.
That's true.
So.
I will...
So how big is that one?
3/2.
Oh, no, it's a 3/2. I don't even need to.
No, sorry, 3/3. Okay, so you're going to double block.
Yeah.
We're going to trade on the other one.
Yeah.
And then one will get through for 2.
So one of
these
these
will both die.
Yeah. You're so useless. You're ugly and you're useless. Sorry. I'm not very nice to my army, am I, guys? Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I do have a 6/6 on the field now.
You do.
Did you go and get your other guy?
There's no more. I have 4.
Oh.
They're all in the graveyard. See? Here's 3.
Oh.
4 is under there.
You telling me the zombies can't search the graveyard for your zombies?
Ridiculous.
I think that's where the zombies would be.
Your turn.
Oh, that's bad. We draw?
Things aren't doing so great over here. Maybe blue and white just isn't as good as red and green.
Red and green usually tends to be pretty fast, but white and blue tend to be reactive. I'm going to cast the fungal or the spore crawler, and I'm going to swing for 8.
Kill shot the big guy.
Gross. So you take 2.
Yep. That it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The last colonial man standing.
That's it.
That's it. So someone has a instant speed something in your hand. Another kill shot, maybe?
I wish I had a kill shot in my hand, but I don't. I'll just make a finger gun. Pew pew! Pew pew! Pew pew.
Swing 2 at you. So 3, it's 5 total.
Return target creature to its owner's hand. If its mana value was 3 or less, I get to scry 1. So which one's bigger?
This one's bigger.
Bye-bye. It's less than 3, right? So I scry?
No, it's 3.
3 or less.
So you're taking 2?
Yep.
I will tap 3 and play Spore Crawler.
We're doing great. My turn?
Yep.
I already know what that is. We're going to play a Plains for turn. We're going to play 3 of these. For this guy, a flyer, Inspiring Overseer. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Beautiful, wonderful. We're doing wonderful, just wonderful.
Okay. We untap, we upkeep, we draw.
I'm just going to make my
How much
lands
mana do you have
pretty.
open? You have a lot of mana open.
I do. And I have shenanigans colors.
You do have shenanigans colors. Swing.
Has anything got 2 toughness?
Well, they both have 2 toughness.
So I'll block the bigger guy.
Okay. So you'll take 2. And I'll draw a card because of Spore Crawler.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, this is great. Tranquil Cove enters tapped. I gain a life. That is my turn.
Draw a card. It's a forest.
It is, in fact, a forest.
Swing with a 3/2.
Got nothing.
Wait, so blockers declared.
Yep, blockers declared.
Witch's Web +3/+3. Untap it, and it has reach.
Not that that part matters, but
So 5.
I thought it added 3.
It was at 2.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pass.
Doing great. Oh. I guess I'll play a plains.
Anything else?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing great.
We untap, we upkeep, we
This
draw.
is wonderful.
We play this, we gain a life. It comes in tapped, sorry.
Wonderful.
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 Swing 2. I'm not drawing any creatures.
Nope. I got nothing.
All right. Draw
3
your
more
pathetic
turns.
card.
I have no pathetic cards in this deck.
It's not looking like that so far.
Okay. I'm going to play an island for turn. Then I'm going to tap a plains and an island to play backup agent. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It's the only creature I have. Yay! I have a creature and no cards in hand.
I'm going to... Are you doing anything else?
That's it.
On your end step, I'm going to burn the Accursed. I'm going to deal 5 damage to it and 2 damage to you.
I had a nice thing for a second, guys. Notice how he had
I don't want you to have
for me?
blockers so we can chip off these last couple HP.
And go to the big boy, Lord of the Rings.
Yes. I'm going to tap 2 to play Lambholt Harrier. And I will swing for 2.
Ow. Now it's just being a troll. Is that it?
Yes.
Well, I play an island.
No creatures.
No creatures.
Okay, so then we just end.
Do you get anything interesting?
Hey! Oh my God! My 4th Colonial Man! Because Colonial Man can. I'm going to put it on him. And I'm going to swing for 5.
Lethal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I die. So I'm just going to conclude that this deck is awful. So in a few turns, I would have gotten that Dream Cycle Geist, which I have in other decks.
I had another Burn the Accursed, so even if you got something on the field, and I had a Braid. So as soon as you get something on the field, I was just going to kill it and do damage to you. Oh, it's got Topiary Stomper in it. I like Topiary Stomper.
Oh, this one has Hullbreaker Horror.
Oh,
and Consuming
really?
Tide.
That's actually an expensive card, isn't it?
Consuming Tide. Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to their owner's hands. Then you draw a card for each opponent who has more cards in their hand than you. But overall, I don't think this deck is designed as well as that deck. I feel like...
$4.50? Oh, no. There's one you can get for $1.07 on... I guess it's been reprinted a decent amount of time, but it looks like average is $4.50.
Yeah, I don't think this deck is a great match for that deck. I think that deck is faster. I think it does more damage. I have a lot of... I think they probably have
$4.60 is market price.
the same mana curve, but like everything I drew into was the higher mana curve, and then like my low mana curve creatures don't do anything.
I have like 2 of those wolves. I got my 4 colonial men. I have a vampire in here.
I think your recursion card, like that card, was better than mine. Like, yeah, I can get them.
It isn't recursion.
Not recursion. My recursion card is not as good as your colonial thing that's putting counters on things.
I also have a thing that can get reach. This draws cards. Another reach. So, and then the Ascendant Pack Leader. Do I have more? So this guy would have been cool. I had him in my first hand, but I never got to play him. Witch's Web is good. Yeah, I think it's got Glorious Sunrise. At the beginning of it's an enchantment. On beginning of combat on your turn, choose one. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Target lands get tap, add 3 green until end of turn. That's nuts.
That's significantly better than
Triple
this.
my lands.
Like,
Draw a card if you control a creature with 3 or greater power and gain 3 life. That just tripling your mana.
and I'm just like bouncing stuff, and then I can put things back on the field, but they can't do anything with some of my cards. Like, that card was so useless. Like, against a deck that can get trample and that is bigger and that gets out faster and has ramp. There's really no way for this deck to keep up other than killing and bouncing things to buy time. But you can't win just by killing like 2 things and buying time.
And it's not like I didn't have removal. I had removal that did direct damage to you as well.
So I wouldn't say these are well balanced. I don't like that, like, if we're buying them as new players, like, let's look at this through the lens of, like, I've never played Magic before, or I haven't played Magic often and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like the fact that they have the booklet and then they don't put the keyword information on the cards themselves. If I'm going into this as a new player, like, I want the information in front of me so I don't have to stop what I'm doing and look it up.
Yeah.
And then I do think that deck is just better. I mean,
I think this deck is going to be more consistent in performance because it doesn't really require very much. I don't know that deck very well, but I mean, Hullbreaker Heart is probably the best card in all of them.
And Dream Shackle Geist, I've seen this in actual Commander play. So Hullbreaker Heart, Flash, can't be countered. Whenever you cast a spell, choose up to 1. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So it's basically like, I'm just trying to bounce your stuff and buy time.
But you can also counterspell with that because if somebody's playing a spell and you flash that in, you bounce the spell that they're trying to cast to your hand. So it's essentially a counterspell.
Yeah, but 1 card out of 60, like, the chances of you drawing it are kind of slim. And then Dream Shackle Geist is flying at the beginning of combat on your turn. Choose up to 1. Tap target creature. Target creature does it on tap during its controller's next untap step. Another good card for Hilda. So I think overall your deck was better. It's probably going to be more consistent and perform better. So not as balanced as I think the Mu Yanling decks were.
Yeah. I think I'd also have more fun building around the Planeswalkers. So going to our last starter kit here, we are going to the Lord of the Rings Universes Beyond Tales of Middle-earth starter kit, which has Aragorn and Arwen wed, and what's it called? It's Sauron the Lidless Eye.
You could read the back cover, for ease.
Yeah.
So there's 2 decks ready to play. There
2 deck boxes. I like how they have an asterisk next to deck boxes.
Rakdos, and I love how black looks purple on the boxes. It's very confusing.
Well, because black on black doesn't show up very well.
That's true.
So it is Rakdos and white
and green.
Begins with an S.
Simic? No. Selesnya.
Selesnya, yes.
We got there.
Good job.
So we've actually played this starter kit before. We've given it a review, and we're just kind of revisiting and seeing
deck boxes, though.
If feel the same way, or if our opinions have changed since the first time.
Starter kit play guide.
We've explored Middle Earth.
Starting a tabletop game. Okay. One thing I would say is I feel like they should just come with paper playmats. Why do they never come with paper playmats?
Because
I'd rather have that instead of the deck boxes.
I mean, at least they're kind of nicely designed. The ring looks cool. So last time we played, I believe I played the Forces of Good and you played the Forces of Evil and absolutely crushed me.
I thought I played the good guys and you played Sauron, but I could be wrong.
I feel like I wouldn't let myself play Sauron.
So who do you want to play? You can pick.
I'll play the good folk. I'm just going to lose again. I have no hope of winning. I think our main comment last time was we didn't like the amount of vanilla cards in these, but I don't remember much else of what was said other than at the time it didn't seem balanced because I got hopelessly crushed, as is typical.
I believe the mana cost of the bad deck was higher, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a few years, so we'll revisit now refresh ourselves.
Okay, there's a pull tab on here.
There is a pull tab, but I'm having issues getting the pull tab. It's not as well integrated as the previous pull tab. I might have to have you use this. Do for me what I cannot do for myself. But I like the art. They have some cards that are exclusive to this that I actually use in Commander. Like Galadriel Gift Giver. Aragorn and Aaron Wed is another one. It has Vigilance. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. You gain 1 life for each other creature you control. Which, although expensive, is not a bad card.
This one comes with food tokens.
We have Frodo, Gandalf, Galadriel. We have the Ring of Bilbo. And, our favorite, vanilla cards, which we commented about last time.
Oh my god, there's Evolving Wilds in here.
Yep. And Monodorks.
I don't think I have any Monodorks.
I feel like green is the main color for Monodorks. I mean, most colors have them, but like green's like...
There's colorless ones. There's a fair amount of colorless ones.
Like the myrrh.
The mirror.
The mirror. The mirror. Oh, I have a Tolkien. And I have another Tolkien.
Tolkien? This whole thing is
a
Tolkien.
Tolkien token. Oh, I see what you did there, Jeremy. You making fun of me, boy. I don't appreciate that. You're hurting my feelings, Jeremy. As the provider of thine magic cards, I do declare that I don't appreciate you hurting my feelings. So, yeah. Oh. Bag and Porter, how dare you reveal yourself to mine eye? I wonder if you get a better shuffle because you make more piles.
Maybe.
And these are like organized in a specific way.
When I initially pile shuffle, like one of these straight out of the box, I will separate the lands into their own thing, and I will make piles of the lands. And then take the rest of the cards and pile shuffle them over the lands, so I know that the lands are spread out. And then I will shuffle them, because I have the best shot of them just not ending up in one like pile in the center of the deck, which has no lands on the top or the bottom.
So I'm just not doing great. I can't even remember the last time I won a match against you at this point. It's been a while.
I mean, you win matches. It's just not usually on camera.
He's lying, guys, to make me feel better.
That's true. You haven't won a match in a while. But that's okay.
We got some honesty. It's okay.
We get to have fun.
We do.
We get to have fun. And the deck building part of Magic is better than the playing of Magic. So
I just like being obnoxious. And that's why everyone hates me.
Lean back because my back hurts. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second. 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess.
Oh, no.
I'm going to go with it anyway. I'm going to live dangerously.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. We're
just going to go. There's no free mulligans in standard, so I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't draw. I'm going to play a mountain.
How dare you?
Pass.
I'm going to draw a card. Oh, we're not doing good. We got a forest up in here. It is, in fact, a forest. We're going to pass our turn.
I draw. Oh, that's not what we wanted to see. Play swamp, tap 2.
Yes. Yes.
Goblin Assailant. Vanilla card. Goblin Warrior. Pass.
Okay. Mushroom Watchdogs. If I sack a food, I can put a 1/1 counter on Mushroom Watchdogs against Vigilance until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not a hasty boy, man.
Hey, we got a land.
You did get a land. It's a very pretty land, too. Now what are you going to do?
Interesting.
Interessante.
We're going to tap 3. I'm going to play Fires of Mount Doom, which is a legendary enchantment. I'm going to deal 2 damage to your guy on ETB and destroy all equipment attached to it. It's actually not a bad card, honestly, especially against like a Voltron commander, because it doesn't even say that it has to kill it in order for you to destroy all equipment. It just destroys it regardless of whether it kills it. I can also pay 2 and a red to exile the top card of my library, and I may play that card this turn. When I play a card this way, Fires of Mount Doom deals 2 damage to each player. Each player, so it deals it to me too.
I know what each player
I will
means,
swing for the people at home watching the starter kit thing.
True.
I will swing for 2.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't reset the light.
How dare you? I've been wounded.
Pass.
Okay, well. Off to a great start. Here's another forest to add to my collection of forests. I can't even use that to my advantage right now. Fool of a Took enters the battlefield. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead.
That's not a bad card.
Sack 3 foods to draw a card. I mean, it's more helpful if I actually have food.
Is that the one that goes crazy with Nuka-Cola?
Probably.
I know one of the Peregrine Took cards does. We draw a card. We want it to be a land.
I think that's the only Peregrine Took card.
Well, I mean, there's, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to not play the card I wanted to play because I did not draw a land. I'm going to tap these 2, though, and I'm going to play Goblin Fire Leaper.
That sounds dangerous.
You are a...
2/3.
Oh. And I will pass my turn.
What? Okay. Tap 2. This is my favorite part of this card, guys. Woe's Pathfinder. I can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. So now I finally have access to white because apparently I'm allergic to plains now.
Apparently.
But this is the best part. If I pay 6 in a green, I can tap her to give another target creature 3/3 and trample until end of turn.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?
You have to tap her, though, right?
Yeah, isn't that just amazing?
It's pretty good.
Best ability. 6 in a green? That's so inexpensive.
Yeah.
For 1 guy? Crazy. I'm sorry, I'm done now.
I mean, granting trample's not bad if you have a big guy in the field. But... yeah.
For 7?
But it's also a mana dork, so that's the extra effect that you don't necessarily expect to always use, but...
or want or need.
yeah.
So...
anything else?
no, I'm good.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Hey, we got a land. Okay. I am going to tap 4 to play Foray of Orcs.
How
I'm going
dare
to
you?
make an orc army. I'm going to amass orc 2. So that means that I make an orc army and put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Or I would put counters on an existing army, but since I didn't have one, I created one. So it's a 2/2. When I do, Foray of Orc deals X damage to target creature and opponent controls, where X is the amass army's power. So I could kill your mana dork. But I'm not going to kill your mana dork, even though it's probably the smarter move. I'm going to target
My Fool of a Took?
your Fool of a Took and deal 2 damage to it. I am then going to swing my Goblin Fire Leaper and my Goblin Assailant at you.
Goblin Fire Leaper seems to have a paid ability.
Yeah, I can buff it, but I don't have any mana. But when he dies, he deals 1 damage to target creature, and this is just a 2/2, vanilla 2/2.
Okay, I'll just take it.
You're just going to take the 3?
Yeah. Maybe I'll regret this later on, but maybe I won't.
Pass.
There's a chance, because I am in white, that I will have things that give lifelink. I don't remember. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the Earth. We're going to pay 3 to get my own very special vanilla card in white. So I'm like extra vanilla.
Extra vanilla.
It's a 3/2 called Knight of the Keep. It's a human knight, by the way. In case you couldn't figure that out. It's a
The
human.
flavor text.
Yeah. Now the cries of clear, strong voices come ringing over the fields. They rode in. A long line of mail-clad men, swift, shining, fell and fair to look upon. Suddenly they swept up with a noise like thunder, and the foremost horseman swerved.
Are you doing anything else?
That's it. That's literally it, man. I'm reading some flavor text for the people. That's all I got.
Play swamp. Okay. I'm going to tap 3 and 4 to play Foray of Orcs. And I'm going to amass Orcs 2. So this is going to now be 4. Now I'm going to deal 4 damage to kill Peregrine Took.
That's freaking rude. My fool of a took didn't do anything to you.
And I will swing my guys at you again.
I'm going to block that one with this.
Okay, so they'll do 1 damage to each other. When this dies, I'll do an additional damage to kill it.
Okay.
And 2 will get through.
Doing great. Doing great, forces of good.
Pass.
All right, now as the forces of good, naturally I have to win. That's the rules. That's how books work. But this isn't a book, so maybe I will lose anyway. I'm going to play yet another Plains. It's going to be glorious. I'm going to then 1, 2, 3, 4. For Gandalf White Rider with Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn, and I get to scry 1. When Gandalf dies, you may put it into its owner's library, 5th from the top. Very specific.
Very specific.
What if there aren't 5 cards? What if I can't put it 5th from the top? Does that ability just die?
I don't know, actually. It might just fizzle. We will untap. Are you doing anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
I will draw. I will play a mountain.
That's rude. I'm gonna do fun things soon because I have 5 mana now, sort of. I kind of have 6 because I have a mana dork. You don't. Get good scrub. Says the person who's lost every match this evening.
I am going to tap 5 to play Sauron of the Lidless Eye.
Great.
I'm going to steal your Gandalf.
Steal him?
Yeah, until end of turn.
But that's my Gandalf.
He gains haste.
So rude, man.
I'm going to swing at you.
I'll block the orc army.
Okay. So 5 will get through. I will end my turn, and you will get Gandalf back.
So kind of you. To give me my things. Okay. Vanishing Light. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. Good day to you, Sauron.
Exiled.
You have been banished!
Oh, so you can swing because I don't have any blockers.
Yes, I will swing for Thra. 4, actually. Whenever you cast a spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. I get to scry 1. Oh. Yes.
Anything else?
Interessante. No, that is all. Oh, I should have played different. Oh, well.
Do you want to?
Nah, I'm not a little baby about things. I gotta learn for that one guy who wouldn't actually let me do it, you know? Because there's always going to be one of those somewhere in the universe.
To play an Evolving Wilds, everybody knows the best card. And I'm then going to play a Snarling Warg. As long as I control an orc
Which you do.
or a goblin, which I do.
You doubly
Snarling
do.
Warg gets +1, +0. I mean, I might as well just crack the Evolving Wilds. I'm not gonna save it for like end step or whatever.
End step. Instep. Nose. I'm just kidding. We're not doing great.
The one thing I will say is once I destroy that, I get the ETB trigger again.
That's true.
Which I would not have gotten if you didn't exile it. Do I just swing?
Do you just swing?
I'll swing out with my orc army for 4.
Okay.
Just take the 4. Pass.
Yeah.
No cards in hand.
I did notice.
Oh, this went. This is tapped.
Okay, well.
This has menace too, by the way.
That guy?
Mm-hmm.
Great. He's a 3/4?
No, he's a 4/4.
Great.
Unless you do something big.
I'm going to have target creature I control deal damage equal to its power to target creature I don't control. Goodbye, little boy. And I'm going to create a food token.
You can attack this. Because they'll have 4 damage. Because you cast a spell.
It's true.
Which would be the better target.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Then I'm going to. What I realized is I could have cast this last turn. Frodo! Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may attach target equipment you control with mana value 2 or 3 to Frodo. I don't have that. As long as it's your turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Frodo. That is all. Frodo! Sam.
Let's see what we draw.
Frodo! Sam. Missing a lot of land drops, yo. Which is not good. Cannot afford to miss the land drops.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I don't like that. That's a big card.
Oliphant.
No. With trample. I can see trample from here.
Yes. Whenever it attacks, another target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains trample until end of turn.
So I'm not going to last long. I'm not long of
But
this
I don't
earth.
have trample currently.
Yep.
And you would just negate damage. Oh, no. It's, as long as it's your turn.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's my turn. Okay. So I have to block the big boy or I lose.
Actually, I'll just swing with this guy. I mean, you can block it with either of them.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't have trample. But actually, these two won't. That'll just die.
Yes, I am aware. And then, unfortunately, Gandalf's going to die. It can go 5th from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm surprised you killed Gandalf.
I make weird decisions. That it?
Yeah.
What are you gonna help? What are... Many partings. I gotta search for a basic land, reveal it, put it into my hand, then shuffle, creating a food token. So I now have 2 food tokens. This is not helpful. You are useless. I don't like you right now. Okay, we're just gonna do that. It went into my hand and then I put it onto the battlefield.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
Anything else?
Yes, I have things to do. I can't believe how bad this hand is. 2. Foods have been cracked, going up 6.
We had 3 foods.
2.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we're doing great. Everything's beautiful. I don't think I can win.
I'm gonna tap 3 to exile the top card of my library. I may play it this turn. It is a Goblin Assailant. I will tap 2 to play Goblin Assailant. I deal 2 damage to each player.
Rakdos shenanigans. Rakdos shenanigans.
I will play a land for turn. And I will swing. Oh, I can't swing with that. I will swing outright, giving my this +2, +0, and trample.
I can't. Even if I blocked.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Because even if you block it, it'll negate the damage to that, but it'll still trample over. Well, I would imagine it would still trample over because it would apply damage that would be lethal. And it's not your turn, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't get that down, but because these 2 would just deal damage even if this was negated.
Yeah. So I would have gotten a land and a land and a land. Oh, and then I would have gotten the East Farthing Farmer.
Ooh, I could have amassed orcs again, a Mind Stone, another Evolving Wilds, a Shelob's Ambush. That's pretty nice. Create a food token. A target creature gets +1/+2 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. For a 1 black pip, that's pretty good. Mordor Trebuchet.
I have so many of those. Oh my god, they did the thing. You cannot or shall not pass. Ah.
Oh, they said
or you
the
cannot
thing.
pass. Sorry.
Balrog is in here.
Yep. It's weird because it's a 1-pip instant. Destroy target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. It's like a little bit specific. Just a little bit specific.
Nasty End. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. It's 1 and a black. Draw 2 cards. If sacrificed creature was legendary, draw 3 cards instead. Witch King, Bringer of Ruin.
It is, in fact, the Bringer of Ruin.
Flying whenever Witch King, Bringer of Ruin attacks, defending player sacrifices a creature with the least power among creatures they control. Oh, that's kind of the opposite of how you'd normally want it to be. But it's 4 and 2 black. And it's a 5/3.
Wound up on nearly the bottom of my beautiful little board here. But I think playing this the second time around, I feel like I lasted longer this time than I did last time. They try to balance the fact that deck has bigger things, I think, as a whole, than this deck, with the fact that this one has food from the hobbits. To counteract the life loss when I can't keep up.
There's a lot of amass cards in here. Like, these are just cards that, like, this just adds to an orc army. These just amass orcs by playing them. So you can get some pretty good big orcs out of this. Some of this makes foods, too. You can make food tokens. And Feed the Swarm was my next card I would have drawn, which would have blown up your thing and gotten me my Sauron back.
Rude.
Getting the Sauron was also nice, and these two cards, or the fiery whatever orc things that amass orcs. I had two of them in my hand from the start. So once I was able to play them and being able to direct deal damage to creatures, as well as make a big guy, it's pretty good.
But I am armed with food.
So overall, you think they're balanced?
I think that this one will struggle if that one hits off faster, which I feel like it could because of red, but green is supposed to ramp. But I don't really see, like, there is some ramp in here because, I mean, we have, like, many partings, for example, but not, like, enough ramp where I feel like it really works. I think that they definitely gave us a lot of food because, you know, hobbits, but also to just offset things like trample. But I don't think it's enough to really offset what's happening with that deck. Because like black and red are like the murder colors. And like white usually has lifelink. I mean, I have like a flyer in here about like vigilance. Like I don't really see, I'm just flipping through it really fast, like things in here with lifelink, which is what you would kind of expect from white, but they did give you the food stuff, but you have to pay to use the food stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's not really like a fast makeup for something where your stuff might be slightly more expensive. I didn't really look too deeply into the curve.
It definitely seems like it's...
But if you're just getting them out and I'm not, and then I have to pay for the food after paying another card to get the food or doing something to get the food, like it just doesn't really work. And I have some things for removal. I mean, I have like Banishing Light and whatnot, but I don't think it's enough. The other thing I find interesting about this is that this is a starter kit. It has the booklet with the keywords, but the keywords aren't on this. It tells you what food does over and over, in case you weren't clear on what food is and how food works. But the other keywords aren't written there, and I feel like if I'm a starting player, I'm going to want to know what they mean directly on the card as opposed to having to refer to something.
I think that's a product of this being the latest one of these three that we... Well, and the second one didn't do it either.
No.
Because like they had already kind of stopped doing that for the most part in Magic for just straight up keywords.
Yeah.
They really weren't putting them on cards anymore. So they just weren't going to put them on the cards because a lot of these cards were like, you know, from the Lord of the Rings, and they had a lot of flavor stuff on them, and they had a lot of text on them in general. So there probably wasn't room to put the explanation of what all the keywords do. And they had to run it through the Lord of the Rings licensed people.
True, but I think it's interesting if you're making a product for essentially new players and you don't have that information up front and accessible. I feel like that's a weird decision.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the first deck we played this evening was, you know, this global series, which isn't marketed as a starter kit like the other two we played. It's essentially a similar product, but it isn't exactly the same. But that one was the most accessible if you're just going into it and you want things on the card itself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad. I do think that one was the most balanced. Like the other two, I feel like you crushed me a lot faster. With that one, I feel like I put up more of a fight in the beginning, but then you caught up because I delayed the game too much. Like I couldn't do enough damage. Mm-hmm. But this one, I was just like, I'm just sitting here. And I think part of that's because I wasn't getting colors, but I think part of it's just like the way the decks are designed too. I don't think it can keep you up if you're doing things so quickly.
Yeah. I agree. I think the evil one looks like it's stronger, though Galadriel is a really good card.
Yeah.
If you can get it on the field.
The gift giver.
Yeah, and I don't remember what the other, but Arwen and Aragorn does. But
I'll find it while you're chatting with
I remember it being a pretty decent card, but there's like just the ability to amass orcs repeatedly, because there was like just some 2-drop birds and 2-drop creatures that were good creatures to get out for 2-drop and amassing orcs at the same time. So you're essentially getting 2 creatures for the price of 1, or buffing or putting counters on an existing creature for the price of 2 pips.
So Galadriel Gift Giver is a 5-drop 3 generic, 2 green. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, I get to choose one, put a 1/1 counter on another target creature, which is another way to counteract your things, but I have to attack or she has to enter. So a very limited scope of being able to do that.
Also has ramp, though, so you can make a treasure token.
Create a food token or create a treasure token.
Yeah.
But I feel like because I have to do things in order to get X in order to counteract you, it just doesn't work. Like, it's not just like, hey, here's a card, I play it, and now I can instantly counteract you. I have to do this other step in order to counteract you.
If you get it set up, though, like, and can keep her on the field, like, she can do a lot of work for you. Just go look at our Lathril match. Like, I had her on the field, and she was basically acting as a second commander for me.
Yeah. And then Aragorn and Arwen Wed is 1 white pip, 1 green, and then 4 generic, 3/6 human elf noble with vigilance. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. You gain 1 life for each other creature you control. Again, you have to attack in order to get it, but it is a way to counteract. I just think it's a little slower than just it exists and therefore I'm doing the thing.
Yeah, you get them both on the field, though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but the best you can do is probably turn 5 and 6 if you happen to just pull them at the same
If you
time.
happen to have, it's not like Commander where you would have them in your hand already.
Potentially, or at least one of them out.
Mm.
So I think there's just a little too much work involved to deal with that color deck in order for this one to perform better most of the time. I think sometimes like people get mono screwed, they get color screwed, whatever, and it just doesn't work out. But I think in general, that one's going to perform better than this one.
I think so too. If you were to take all of the potential commanders out of all of them, I think that one has the better commander choices.
Yeah.
Like Galadriel and Aragorn Arwen are better commander options than Lidless Eye. Because Lidless Eye, once you cast it, only has you cast it, you get to steal somebody's creature till the end of the turn, but then all it has is a pay 3 buff your creature's ability on it. So, I mean, I guess that's fine, but for a commander ability, that's not typically. You can just drop it at a good time and grab somebody's good card. But, I mean, unless you're, I don't know what you'd be building around it, but.
Or finishing someone off.
Yeah.
It's
not as a commander. And there wasn't, I don't know if there were, I'm sure there were other Rakdos options, but nothing that immediately caught my eye. Balrog, I guess, was one of them. But I think we're going to wrap it up there, right?
Yeah, I think all in all, the first set with the Chinese Global Series felt the most balanced. I think in terms of useful cards, this set might have more useful cards because I see a lot more of these in commander play, for example, than I think any of the others, although there are a few cards that do turn up. And I think like in terms of value, this one might be the best as long as you can still get it around that like $15 price because there are cards, all of them have them, I'm pretty sure, especially the Global Series, but all of them have cards that are exclusive to the set. So you can't get them like outside of the starter kit. But I think these in terms of value are not only better cards, but more expensive cards than the others. It's that Lord of the Rings tax.
Yeah. Yeah, that first one was probably my favorite out of all. And it's the one I'd be excited to like turn into something. Like with some restrictions, maybe we can stream it down the line.
Any final thoughts?
This would actually be kind of interesting as a commander. It's just a 2, just Rakdos. Menace, if one or more +1/+1 counters will be put on an army, a goblin, or an orc you control, that many +1 +1/+1 counters will be put on it instead. So it's basically just like hardened scales as a commander, but only for armies, goblins, and orcs. But it is an orc, so you could buff it. And
there are a lot of those now.
Yeah. So that would probably be my choice as a commander out of all of these if I was going to build a commander out of it.
Which you could. There are options, Jeremy. There are many options.
There's also this, which can where you buff this whenever a creature you control dies, and if the creature was a goblin or an orc, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on him instead, so he would just build himself up and up and up and up. So these two work well together. Either one of those I think would be better than Sauron as a commander.
He's not a good Sauron. There are better Saurons.
Yes, there are better Saurons. So yeah, wrapping it up there. We appreciate everybody who joined us today, and I guess we'll probably have the VODs up on the channel. Maybe we'll post later on so you can see just the individual matches if you want to revisit them. But like the stream, like the VOD, comment down below. Let us know some other things that you might want to see us do on stream. If there's any other like kits out there. I know there used to be like the dual decks and stuff. I don't know. We don't really have any of those currently, but we could get them theoretically, depending on how much they cost. Let us know what else you might want to see. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content going forward, and ring that bell so you know what's up. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.